We're back again and we're tackling Croc, my second issue of the video game. Now, I would like to address my previous video of my bugged first print madness of Croc 1, or the first issue. And I was doing some digging, and there is actually a bug in the loading routine of Croc. If you don't load it from a certain point, Croc appears invisible, as does enemies, and the controls are totally naffed. Now, so I took that in mind, and I thought I'd go back to the first copy I had. And I put it in, and I tried loading it the correct way, as it was stated, and it still loaded invisible. I tried this several times, and still it was invisible. So naturally, I gave up. I did do it a fair few times. I tried to load it the way it told me to, I tried different ways, and it just did not work. So upon putting in the second issue of Croc I have, it loaded perfectly fine, and this is the playthrough of it. It loaded perfectly fine, all the enemies were visible, the controls were not naffed, it was perfect. And again, like I stated in my last video, it made me really sad, because Croc is a really good game. Anyone who's ever played it knows that for a fact. It's an excellent 3D platformer, and it has stood the test of time, or at least I think so. I still think it looks a really nice looking game. And it still holds a very soft spot in my heart, as does Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Mario, Sonic. They all hold a special place in my heart. Especially Croc. Don't know why, with his little tooth. I just loved him very much when I was younger. But if you have played Croc, you know what an excellent game it is, because this game is no different. The Sega Saturn version on the control... Well, amidst the bugged weird version that I have, and this version, the controls on this handle excellent. It's just so nice with the Sega Saturn Model 2 controller. It just works so nice. I have no problems with it. And it works really well with the 3D analog controller as well. There is nothing wrong with this game for the Saturn. Obviously, naturally, people just go, I'll just buy it for the PlayStation. I think people need to stop doing that. Just stop. Appreciate the underappreciated. Like I said before, would I recommend buying Croc? I would, wholeheartedly. All my soul. Buy Croc. Just try to be careful and not get the weird buggy one that I did. Or maybe someone just sold me a weird-ass copy. I have no clue. I even took it round a friend's house, just to make sure that it wasn't just my Saturn being a bit of a douche. Nope, it didn't work on his either, and we tried several attempts at getting it to work. It just would not have any of it. So, be careful when you're buying it, just in case you do get a weird copy like I did. Or on the off chance you might get the good copy. It is quite expensive. It's still around £30, just above, but it's worth the money. It's definitely worth owning. So go out there, get the good copy of Croc, not the shit one. Get the good one. And we'll all be okay. I always found it strange how Croc looked like Yoshi to an extent. Thank you, Guru Larry, for enlightening me on this game, and Argonaut, and Shigeru Moto. What a dick.
What could possibly go wrong?